A simple search on Google can yield some pretty convincing stories of otherworldly beings that can make even the biggest skeptic second guess his or her belief system. In a time where hoaxes can be easily created by any amateur with CGI experience, it's difficult to tell what is real and what isn't. Here are 10 curious stories that may be too credible to dismiss. 10. Nightcrawlers. Caught on security footage in Fresno, California, the Fresno Aliens have supposedly been encountered by Native Americans in the area for many generations. They appear to be approximately 4 feet tall, incredibly thin and without arms. 2 separate night vision surveillance videos show the creatures eerily pacing through backyards at night. Unfortunately, the videos are so grainy that it's difficult to truly see the beings in high definition. Several attempts were made to recreate the footage to prove that this was a clever hoax, but none have been able to properly make a convincing replication of the paranormal creatures in question. 9. Sasquatch. Odds are you've heard of these big guys before. Whether it be a Yeti, Bigfoot or another name, a 9-foot tall primate that walks upright, is notoriously elusive and that lives in parts of the world that are mostly uninhabited by humans. The term Sasquatch originated with Native Americans, but the tales of these creatures interacting with humans have come from every corner of the world since before it came a hit with pop culture. Bigfoot has since become famous in film, commercials and music. Stories of Sasquatch attacking hunting camps, leaving large footprints, hence the name Bigfoot, and howling in the deepest forests of the Pacific Northwest have circulated for most of the 20th century. Researchers and hunters have claimed to have found droppings, hair samples and other evidence of its existence, but nothing has been conclusive yet. Perhaps one day the shy creature will make itself known, but so far that day hasn't come. 8. Giant worms. The Mongolian death worm sounds like something straight out of a horror novel. Described as a massive 5-foot long worm with the ability to shoot electricity and spit acid that melts the skin of any unfortunate passerby. This monster is said to possibly reside in the Gobi Desert. There have been many expeditions mounted to find and observe this terrifying beast, but no trace has ever been found. Mongolians have long claimed that this creature stays under the ground for most of the year, only surfacing occasionally during heavy summer rains. This may be the reason why no evidence has been found yet. The death worm reportedly has the ability to melt metal weaponry and kill camels in order to lay eggs within their intestines, so it may be a good thing that they remain beneath our feet. 7. Merfolk. Mermaids have been a popular part of fairy tales, legend and human culture for many generations. It's believed that the mythological sirens of Greek history spawned the idea for these beautiful half-man, half-fish of the oceans. But do they exist? Even Christopher Columbus claimed that he had spotted a mermaid off of the coast of Haiti, reporting that they look more like men than the beautiful women of folklore. It's possible that the creatures are actually fish that evolved to resemble humans for some reason, possibly to lure unsuspecting primates into the water as a way to feast. Another possibility is that some form of mammal evolved aquatic abilities long ago and are now able to stay hidden from us beneath the surface of the ocean. Whatever the truth is, the ocean is a big place, and there's a lot of unexplored areas for all types of unknown creatures to hide. 6. The Kraken. Stories of a massive sea creature that was often mistaken for an island have circulated for thousands of years. This behemoth has been described as having massive tentacles that will engulf a ship, rip it to pieces and send it to the ocean floor. As explorers and scientists learn more about our world and leave less to the imagination, it's generally been agreed upon that these tales were more of a legend than anything. Whether it be a terrifying excuse for a captain error or a destructive storm, the Kraken has been more or less confined to storybooks for many generations. Recently, scientists have discovered and videotaped a 50-foot giant squid far beneath the surface of the ocean. The squid might not be big enough to take down a full-size ship, but it definitely could do some damage to a smaller boat if it caught it within its slimy grasp. It may not be the size of the creature told in tales, but who's to say that there isn't something larger as we traverse deeper into the darkness. 5. Chupacabra. You may know this one as the goat sucker, which is the actual translation of the word chupacabra. This story became popularised in the 1990s after a large rash of livestock slayings happened in Puerto Rico, Mexico and southern Texas. The chickens, goats and cows that were killed seemed relatively unharmed except for large holes that punctured major arteries. Not worrying enough? All of the blood in the bodies of these animals was sucked completely dry. Eyewitness reports claim that the creature resembles a hairless wild dog, save some quills that stick out from its back. Its eyes glow red and it has a tongue similar to that of an anteater. A couple in Texas had claimed that they had captured the mythical beast, but it was later discovered to be a coyote afflicted with mange. If this creature is truly real, it is only a matter of time before it reveals itself again to find its next feast. 4. Dogman. According to local legend, 2 lumberjacks in Wexford County, Michigan were attacked by a creature that resembled a dog but stood up like a man. Since that time, residents from all over Michigan have supposedly seen this paranormal beast in thick forested areas throughout the state. Such an animal could be the creature that originally stemmed the werewolf legend. Locals claim that they have hit it with their car, caught it on trail cameras, and even fended it off with firearms. Whether or not there is any truth to the story of Dogman, there is definitely something that keeps rural Michigan natives on edge as they attempt to sleep at night. 3. Spring-heeled Jack. In 1837, on an especially cold and dark September night in London, a horrendous creature appeared that began attacking local women, dashing them apart with its sharp claws. Spring-heeled Jack was supposedly a grotesque ghoul with glowing eyes and a dark cloak and helmet. Early eyewitness accounts claim that this beast would only attack English common folk as they walked home alone in the early evening. It would snatch up women, lick their faces with its foul tongue, and cut their skin as it touched them with its knife-like fingers. The attacks became so frequent that the Lord Mayor of London officially held a public session regarding the beast. Since the 19th century, the reports have dwindled down, but there was definitely something that caused great fear in the hearts of London citizens. If such a creature truly did exist, there is always a possibility it still lurks, waiting patiently for its next victim. 2. Massive Anacondas. Deep in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, there are snakes larger than anything witnessed before. These giant creatures have been the feature of several movies, and with good reason. Weighing in at 28 feet long and nearly 4 feet wide, a 500-pound anaconda was captured in South America by scientists. This may sound incredibly large, but there have been reports of even larger ones. Some indigenous South American tribes claim to have observed them over 100 feet long and weighing several tons. This is probably the most credible creature on our list, since they have been known to grow to such huge lengths, but one over 30 feet has yet to be officially documented. 1. Hobbits. When one thinks of a hobbit, it's probably the hero of a J.R.R. Tolkien novel that comes to mind. What is even more amazing is that these creatures did actually exist. On an island off of the coast of Indonesia, archaeologists have found the remains of a race of adult people, standing no more than 4 feet tall, that appear to have been able to build ships, homes, and use tools that would classify them as a more advanced civilization. Unfortunately, the most recent one to have walked the earth was 12,000 years ago, but that is well into the time frame of modern humans. Could they still be among us in an uncharted part of the planet? That brings this episode of Curious Tents to a close. Please feel free to leave your comments and make sure to subscribe for more videos.